I think we have started. Hey guys, can you see us?
कर लेता हूँ यहाँ पे।
Hey guys, can you see us?
लगा रहेगा।
थोड़ा लैग रहता है.
फाइनल।
हाँ, हो गया, स्टार्ट हो गया. Hey, so guys, this is me Rachit, and today I am with my juniors from my college, Vaibhav, Adarsh, and Saharsh. Can you introduce yourselves once? So guys,
Yeah, okay, so I am Vaibhav Gosain. I'm Saharsh.
And I am others.
Vaibhav,
So
Adarsh, and
we are from Team Triangulation from IIT Roorkee, and we this year we qualified for ACM ICPC World Finals 2018. So like, this is what this live stream is all about.
yeah. So, can you tell us what is ICPC and why there is so much craze about it?
Okay, so ICPC is like the full form is International Collegiate Programming Contest, and like in very broad terms, it is the largest team programming competition for college students. So like it can be seen as it can be seen as similar to the Science Olympiad, which is for school students. So
Mhm.
it like it sees a large participation like among like many different countries across all continents of the world, and it is very reputed, and like it is recognized by most of the like people who are in computer science.
Okay. So, when did you guys started preparing for all this?
Okay, so yeah.
We did not start specifically preparing for ICPC first. We started competitive programming and then we
Okay.
came to know about ICPC. So we tried to give an attempt to it.
So, did you
So
guys
in
were doing this from your school days? Did you had some idea about this?
Okay, so all
In
three of
my
us,
case, no.
all three of us did not know about competitive programming at all during the school days.
Okay.
So we did not know what an online judge is before starting out in first year. So in first year, like we have a programming and algorithms group over here in ITR, and while interacting with some of the seniors, they introduced us to the concept of online judges, and we
Okay.
started like competing casually, or like not competing but practicing problems casually
Okay.
on, and we came to know about ICPC in about I think November or December that year. So it was after the registration days of ICPC. So we actually competed in ICPC in second year
Second year
for the first
for
time.
first.
Awesome. So, I have seen that Adarsh has become orange on Code Forces very recently.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah. Many congratulations, Adarsh.
Thank you.
And so, I see that last year we were unlucky that you guys were not able to make it to ICBC World Finals. So, do you have something to share about that? Like, uh, what do you think? Like, there were some mistakes that you made, or you and have you improved from that point of time till now? And yeah,
Okay, so I think we were lacking in many areas at that time. We will come
okay,
to that part this year. Yeah, but in that time, like we gave Kharagpur regionals and Kolkata regionals and India finals. Those were
yeah,
the three we
okay,
competed in. So in regionals, like we were lacking like in each and every aspect. We were not able to prioritize on what problems to solve, and we were not able to solve like the medium or medium hard problems which were solved by one or two other teams. And
hmm,
so obviously we did not end up in even the top 10 of that contest. And
okay,
in Kolkata regionals, we had bugs in two of the problems, and we took a lot of time to debug them. So that's where we lagged in
oh,
that. Speed was a bit less on that. And in
so it
same,
was a bit of luck that you missed that, right?
it's not luck. I would say that
Team
obviously
is
those, yeah,
strong.
like those who are better will make fewer bugs and will catch those bugs much earlier.
So this time, do you feel that you are more powerful and you are
Uh,
going to nail it this time?
yeah, okay. So by practicing on like in the gym or like giving the contest, we feel that the speed has improved a bit over the last year. But I think the competition was a bit less this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
That that was the bigger reason why we qualified this year, I feel.
Also, the number of regionals has increased over the past 2 years.
Yeah, so that is a luck factor, I think.
Okay. So, when what is the right time to get started off with preparation for ICPC? And is the syllabus similar to what we do in competitive programming? Like, my question is, if we are doing code forces, code chef, and all these contests, is that enough that in this way you will be able to clear off with ICPC?
Okay, so yeah, so as far as problem solving is concerned, the syllabus is exactly similar to code forces or any other contest, because the problem setters are also the same in ICPC as well as code forces. So the problem solving point of view, from that point of view, is the same, but
Okay.
there are some aspects which need to be prepared separately for ICPC. So the format is a bit different over there. So like in code forces or any other contest, there are less number of problems, and in some of the websites like code forces and adcoder and CS Academy, the order of the problems, the intended order is also given. In ICPC it is not. Another factor is that this is the obviously is the team programming competition.
Mm-hmm.
So if you prepare along with your team, then
You will do much
yeah.
better in
So
ICPC
Okay.
style
like if
contest.
you just compete for the first time in the online or on the regionals, then your speed and coordination will be much lower. Hence, it's better to prepare with the team, like during preparing for ICPC. So I think competitive programming is a must for preparing for ICPC, but there are some other things which need to be
Okay.
considered. Yeah. So preparing ICPC, I think as much team practice as possible is enough. Like is useful, but I think like at least 6 months before the contest, you should start. You should at least form your team and start preparing for it, and give the
Okay.
contest together in a team.
Okay. This is your first World Finals, right?
Yeah,
And so did you like appear for it even in your second year, third year also?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
We all
Okay.
went to
So when
regions.
you were in second year, so was your team decided back then only, or you were in different teams at that point of time?
We all three were in different teams at that point of time. We formed
In
a team in
second
third
Oh,
year.
year. In third year
okay.
also initially different teams, but
Initially,
then
we were planning to compete in different teams in the beginning of third year, but then things changed.
Okay. Okay. So maybe because things changed at the last moment, you didn't get enough time for team coordination, right?
no, it wasn't.
that might be a reason, but we prepared for like 2 months
Yeah,
for
we
that.
got enough.
Okay.
So like we were
Okay.
preparing with our teams with the different teams before that. So that was like a bit of a preparation for ICPC, you can say.
So like, how many teams will be going for World Finals this year from India?
From India, eight
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 teams
teams.
are
teams are
going.
there.
8 teams. Awesome. And when will you go and where will you go?
So the World Finance is April 15th to 20th, and the actual contest is on April 19th, and it's in
Okay.
Beijing and hosted by Peking
Speaking
University.
university.
Awesome. Awesome.
I'm sorry if I pronounced the name wrong.
Yeah. Okay. So, what is your strategy right now at this moment? That how are you going to prepare and improve on your skills? You have some months, right? I think 2 months are there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, is
So,
there some specific strategy that you are looking out for?
the problem set of world finance is like very different from what we are used to in the Indian regions. So Indian regions has many easy, medium to medium problems.
Mm-hmm.
Most of like, those are the problems which differentiate the teams. But in world finals, those are the problems which all the teams solve, and the differentiating problems are the much harder problems. So it's better to practice on much harder problem sets like Chinese or Russian regionals, and also there are
RC.
many training camp contests on Core Forces Gym, which like
Okay.
most of the teams also practice on, and certainly we are also practicing these days on them. So in Core
Okay.
Forces Gym, there are many contests, and some of the best problem sets are from Andrew Stankovic contests, which are called ASC contests.
Yeah, I have heard
So,
that name.
so like the unique thing about them is that they are like the concepts used in them are very new or original compared to other like problem sets or other
Mhm.
like, online judge problem sets, and it's
Okay.
very like it improves your problem solving abilities as well if you participate regularly or like take part in virtual ASC contests regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
another thing different in world finals is the implementation. So like there are some questions which which like I think are like the major challenging thing in that is the implementation. And there are some questions which which are difficult to solve conceptually as well as implement them. So those are the
Mm-hmm.
things I think Indians need to improve on also. And
Okay.
yes, as well as some other Russian contests actually contain some problems on that. Yeah, that's another
Okay.
aspect. And
Okay.
geometry as well, I think.
Okay. Awesome. So my next question is, let's say you meet some first year or second year student, and let's say he is a medium level coder right now, maybe expert on code forces or something like that. So what tips will you give him so that he can perform very well in ICPC, specifically to ICPC? What points should he keep in mind, and how he should practice? So
I think
what's your take on that?
I think Vaibhav already covered that part, and he should focus on forming his team early and practicing with the team if the preparation is specific to ICPC.
Okay.
Other normal problem solving skills are to be improved, and like participating regularly in contests and solving problems is the main thing.
But yeah, he
Okay.
should
So
keep in
mm-hmm.
mind that he must choose disjoint interest set of people whose interests are disjoint actually.
Yeah,
Okay.
so like one thing which matters in ICBC is that like this point has been focused like stressed on by coders from outside India also. It's
Yeah.
that like like better. It's not like about choosing the best code, like the absolute best coders who have the highest rating in the college. It's about
Hmm.
choosing people who have different set of skills which other shares. For example, some people might be good at maths, some might be good at algorithms, some at
Yeah,
some other topic, data structure or graphs or something like that. So
Okay.
like this helps because a
it is
person
a
has
team contest. ICPC is a
it's a
team
team
contest.
contest. So like if
Yeah.
people are good at different problems, then they can manage their time effectively, and also like they can by practicing also they can focus more on those type of problems.
That makes sense. So in your case, what is your individual strong point?
Okay, so yeah, like Adarsh and Saharsh are like obviously good at maths much
Math.
better, and so like in even in maths, I think they will be able to describe better. But like others solves more problems focused on probability, let's say, and
Okay.
search focuses on number theory kind of problems. In
Okay.
our like in general, if the question is generally algorithmic and it's if it's a bit easier, then all three of us like any of us can solve it. And I've seen that if the problem is of constructive type or ad hoc type, then like I'm a bit better. Like
Oh,
usually I
okay.
focus on the problems. And then there are some random areas which we have assigned to each one so that it's better to coordinate in the team, like
Okay.
string
So
programming.
all of this you got just by practicing together for months, and this is like these things become clear after that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you will
so
came to know. You will come to know what strong points of your teammates are.
so there was some things which we actually came to know after giving contest regularly.
Hmm. Okay. So another legendary coder from India, Satyaki, has is very interested in knowing how Adarsh and Saharsh are so good at maths. So what's your advice on that, and what was your journey? Like you didn't have so much of background in maths when you were in school, right?
No, no.
So all you have done is everything you have done is in college, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think the ITJ preparation helped a bit for mathematics.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
created a strong background for
Okay.
solving mathematical
Like
problems.
combinatorics and probability area, we were good in that before starting competitive programming too.
Because
Yeah.
of the ITJ preparation.
Okay.
And the other thing is that I didn't get to start competitive programming as I started out competitive programming differently. I was introduced to like Project Developer first before any of the online judges like CodeChef or Spodge or anything.
Hmm.
Yeah, one of my friends told me about this website called Project Developer where you have mathematical problems, but you also need to write code to solve those mathematical problems. So yeah, I
Okay.
started on Project Developer before any of the online judges, and the first semester I did nothing but Project Developer problems. So
Okay.
I think that kind of helped.
So the site you mentioned was Project Euler, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay. So how many problems have you solved on that?
About 250 problems.
And others.
and around 300.
And who is the highest number of solvers from India?
TZ also, I
No,
think.
no, 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 no. I think it's
I don't remember.
You
Someone
guys,
from
but
IIT.
you guys
Asif.
might be in.
His name is Asif. He's from IIT KHP. He
And I
have
think his
solved.
nickname is Iron Man. He's famous
Yeah,
for that.
Iron Man.
Okay. Okay. How much has he sold? 350, something like that.
No,
50
no, 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 no.
something.
He have solved more than 500.
Oh my God. Okay.
He did also
But you guys
100%.
might, you guys must be in top 20 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. There were some other couple of questions that people posted in the comments. So many people want to know that what is the best way to understand a new topic in short time? Like how do you, when you were learning and when you were a beginner in competitive programming, you guys must have went through this phase where you had to learn new concepts. So how did you do that? What mistakes did you make, and what advice can you give on that?
Okay, so like I won't be able to advise on the short time part because I have had my fair share of time when I was not able to understand an algorithm for a long time. Even now, like when I try to learn something complicated, then I take my own time. So like, but
Hmm.
what has usually helped me to understand algorithms or data structures, as you others might have also observed, is that like whenever trying to understand an algorithm or data structure, then it's better to like try to visualize the different cases of that algorithm and try to draw the algorithm, the steps of the algorithm for a specific case, and do that for
Okay.
different cases, which
Okay.
make the algorithm go on the different pathways of that algorithm, something like that. So, for example, I had very like I had difficulty when understanding centroid decomposition initially.
Okay.
So it was like it helped me to actually draw a tree and uh, try to see the relationship between the centroid tree and the original tree, as
Okay.
those who decomposition might know. So, but yeah, so and there are some helpful tutorials as well which make you understand. But visualization is the thing which has helped.
So your point is, once you're learning something new, you should read and get in deep knowledge about it, and then you should try it out on some rough samples because that helps you absorb that in your mind, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, or
Okay.
always try to read from more to like try to read from 3, 4 different sources. So it will help
Okay.
you understand better.
Okay. But don't you
Please.
think reading from 3 to 4 resources and all of this would might make this process a bit slower?
Yeah, it does, but the ultimate aim is to have better understanding of the topic. So yeah, time is secondary.
Okay.
But it will be more
Okay.
effective.
Cool. Nice. So, what was one other question? Yeah. So, someone is asking that how much time did you guys spend daily on practicing, and in how many problems you got AC?
On a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. So, I think he wants to know about what is your daily routine like? How much hours you give for competitive programming and stuff like that?
Like it will be difficult for us to quantize, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
vary
think.
from time to time, from different
Yeah.
semester to semester.
So,
Yeah, but
like for me,
like
in entire
daily, do
college
you
life,
give 1 hour at least?
Of
yeah,
course.
at
Yeah.
least 1 or 2 hours daily, yeah, on an average. Yeah. So for me, it's been like for most of my college years, it's either been doing computer programming or like not doing anything productive, like maybe watching TV series or like going
Okay.
on. Yeah.
What about you, Saharsh?
In the same.
Similar.
Doing competitive
Okay.
programming, playing games.
Is it something like you guys don't want to disclose how much you practice and stuff like that?
No, no,
No, there's
it's
nothing
not like
like
that.
it.
For
Okay.
example, currently we give a team contest in every 2 to 3 days, and
Oh.
we watch every problem, every contest individually. We give some of them, we don't give all of them. It's like
Mm-hmm.
that.
So the practice had reduced a bit in the fourth year, but like up to third year, we used to practice regularly.
Yeah,
Okay.
So like
Okay.
for question's sake, like at least 2 to 3 hours on an average per day.
yeah,
Yeah.
at least.
Hmm. And so, if I'm learning some new algorithm, once I read that, then how many problems should I solve for that? And then I should move on to some new topic.
As many as it takes. As many as it takes to feel confident, you
Yeah,
should solve.
it will
Okay.
vary from person to person. Until unless you don't feel confident about it, you
Keep
should
solving.
practice.
Okay. So it's all about that. feeling that you know everything and you have solved quite a variety of it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you should try some problems, and like once you're able to see that the easier problems you are able to solve on your own of that topic,
Mm-hmm.
then you have taken a grasp of that. While practicing
Mm-hmm.
and trying to improve your skills, then instead of focusing on one topic and solving many problems on that and then moving to another topic, it's better to, like as Saharsh said earlier, uh, taking part in as many contests as you can and then upsolving. In general, your skills improves through that only. So there is no
Okay.
special for that. Like take part in as many live contests, give virtual contests on Code Forces, CS Academy, AdCoder, etc., and upsolve
Yeah.
after that. And then do that again and again.
I think many people don't know what is upsolving. Can you just elaborate a bit on that?
Okay, so
So yeah, solving is basically there are problems in contests that you weren't able to solve. Like there can be many reasons for that. Like you didn't get enough time to implement it, or you didn't get even the slightest idea of how to begin the problem.
Yeah.
So whatever case this is, if you feel like you had an idea of the problem but you didn't get enough time to solve, then you should try the problem again in the practice section without seeing the editorial.
Okay.
But if you even get a hint of where to start thinking and where to start solving, then we should maybe
Mm-hmm.
read the tutorial and try to implement the algorithm on your own.
Okay. So this so I want to ask one more question over here. So when you are trying to solve a new problem, how much time do you give on that, and then you give up, and then you move on to the tutorial to solve it?
Maybe half hour to 1 hour.
Half hour to 1 hour. Okay.
Actually, I give much more time. Like sometimes I solve problem for month if I'm not able to solve them.
Okay.
like I think others meant that it depends on the topic of the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
half hour.
yeah, it happens. I think it depends on the problem also. Some problems you are so much interested to solve that you try, and whenever you are having
yeah.
free time or maybe you are walking, you keep pondering on that and try to figure out if you can solve it, right?
For me it's been like if I'm able to, like I feel that I'm like getting somewhere with the problem, making some reductions than what is trivially given in the questions, then I don't see the tutorial for a longer amount of time. But if if the problem feels very alien and I'm not able to even make any reduction in the
Mm-hmm.
problem, then
Yeah.
certainly like, after half an hour or 1 hour of thinking on it, I will open the editorial.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe
Okay.
after opening the tutorial, I will see the topic of that problem and try that once again. So it's like important to read the tutorial in steps rather than seeing all the tutorial like at one go.
Okay.
So
Okay. And what are some online good resources where you can find every all of the help or learn new topics from?
so
There is
So,
not such any specific
mhm.
source like one source where you can find all the resources. You will have
Mm-hmm.
to Google for all of them and search for different resources
Okay.
everywhere. Not a
But
single
I think
one.
majority of them are pretty good at code forces or top coder, right?
You
yeah,
can
yeah.
follow Code Forces blog regularly for
Yeah.
getting.
And
Okay.
like recently one other thing was released. So for most of the commonly used concepts in computer programming, Chef released a
Yeah.
prepare list. So
Okay.
they have a program called, I think, CCD SAP.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You can maybe put up the link of that list. There is a
Yeah.
preparation
Yeah.
list.
Sure.
So this is not a
Sure. Sure.
sponsorship for that. Yeah, but I found it's pretty good. There is a list of topics
Okay.
for tutorials as well as questions.
It's pretty
Yeah,
exhaustive. So,
and for
Awesome.
beginner, that's like a very good treasure trove of problems as well as tutorials.
Oh, oh, I have seen people have started discussing where you guys are placed.
Okay,
So can you just tell people where you are placed right now?
okay. So on Goldman Sachs, I'm placed Goldman Sachs,
Amazon.
Amazon, and
Goldman
Goldman
Sachs.
Sachs.
Awesome. And
Yes.
some people were also asking to Adarsh, how does he cope up with mechanical? I think I know the answer. He doesn't cope up. I think he does not
Yeah.
give a shit about that. So, Adarsh, can you add something?
It's same like it's as you said. Like I am not able to cope up with both of them. I usually give more of my time to competitive programming and problem solving, or do something else. But since I'm not quite interested in mechanical, so I skip that part.
Okay. And uh, o- okay, a point of embarrassment. What is your CGPA?
Okay. Currently, it's something like 6.6, 6.7.
Yeah, but my point is, even after that, you were able to score Goldman Sachs, and that's, I think, a really good job, man. Congratulations. And what I wanted to ask was, yeah. So, did it cause any problems during internship?
Yeah, during internship, CGPA matters somewhat. CGPA
Okay.
should be high for an ideal student. It should, of course, be greater than 8, at least 8
Yeah.
plus.
We were asking about like during internship, like being from mechanical, did that matter?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like you can maybe discuss on the fact that you were from mechanical and during internship you faced some problems.
Yeah, I faced some problem
Yeah.
because I was asked this question regularly that you are from mechanical, why are you
Yeah.
programming, so and so
Yeah. I
on.
have been there,
I
bro.
have to
I
ask
have faced that too.
Oh,
Internship.
yeah, you are also from electrical, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I have to defend every time and give an suitable explanation why I was so much interested in all of
Yeah.
these stuffs and so on.
Yeah.
Finally, I was able to get a good internship because of this only, problem solving only.
So, if there is a beginner, or let's say he's in first or second year, and he has the choice right now of doing what he wants to do right now. Let's say he wants to do, he wants to get into IT and get a software job. So, what should he focus on? He should maintain his CGPA also in his current branch, or he should completely devote that away, like others did, and try to create a very strong profile in the world of competitive programming.
I would not suggest doing the way I did it. I mean, you can maintain your CGPA too in
Okay.
parallel, but I was like ignorant for the first few years. I did not pay much attention. That was my
Mm-hmm.
bad. It was
Okay.
wrong on my side. So I will not suggest someone else to do the same.
I think this will be really helpful because I also agree to the very same point that you have made, that both should be balanced,
Yeah,
because otherwise this causes issues.
yeah.
Awesome. Let me see if people are having any other questions. Okay. Oh my God. People asking, did you have back in any year?
No, no, no.
Uh, Saharsh, there's a question for you. How can you be proficient in CS, coding, and Counter Strike at the same time?
So practice and everything, I guess.
Hmm. How did you manage working with your team with such unusual sleeping schedule because of Counter Strike all night? Man, you have a great fan following out there.
We all have unusual sleeping schedules. That's not a problem for me.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think this looks good for today. And if people are having any questions, you should post it in the comment section. And I hope Adarsh, Saharsh, and Vaibhav will answer to your queries over there. Okay. So let me just end the broadcast, guys. It was nice talking to you, and thanks for all your time and advices. Bye.
Certainly.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Thanks for having us here.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.